yeah, I'm kind of sad that he's like gonna be leaving soon, like to college. But yeah. Oh no, he's gonna be like still with me. Yes.
He's still gonna what?
I'm sorry, none of this was like prepared at all. I thought she was gonna do it. But yeah. So yeah, I know like I can still like be with him, I guess. I don't know. I can do a share. Yeah.
I know. I'm interested in this. You're talking about something important.
He's not dying.
Is Spencer your best friend? Is he like one of your best friends?
Yeah.
Ben's
Yeah.
never gonna see Spencer again until
Wait, like Spencer's your best friend, not me?
Yeah.
Oh, it all comes out now.
That's tough.
So it is a big deal. Transition time, right? Who is Ben without Spencer?
So nobody will lose him.
Who is Spencer without Ben? It's like you guys are.
He's also.
Okay.
You guys are pretty close. I mean, I don't know if I've hardly ever seen one of you without the other. So it is actually a really big deal to think about that. Other people have big transitions happening in their lives. People moving on, moving out, moving up, moving away. No, looking around, it's like, oh, you have a big sister that's Jacob, that's moving out, right? Yeah. So, and you too, Heath. Yeah, it is something to think about. But you'll see him again, don't worry. It'll be all right. It'll be all right then.
It'll be all right.
You were gonna help him out with a personal share?
Yeah.
Okay.
So last week I got a splinter in my thumb, and I didn't really care about it, so I never took it out. And now the skin healed over it, but it's still in there, and it's like, and it kind of hurts, but it's not as obvious anymore because now it's healed over, but it's still in there. So if you sin and then you ignore it, it's gonna, you might think like, yeah, like it's healed over, it doesn't matter anymore, but it's still there and you can still feel it, and it still hurts until you do the process of getting the tweezers and the needle and getting the splinter out, which is gonna be a process, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, but then it's out for real, and then it'll feel better later.
Yes. Look at satisfaction. That's really good. In fact, that goes with the basket question that we're going to answer tomorrow. And the basket question is, should I ignore bad things? We'll answer that tomorrow, but be thinking about that. And you sort of gave us a really good primer on that one, Ivy. Thanks. Cheers, Ben. Hey, not to forget that we do have birthday boy in here. Let us sing to him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ben. Happy birthday to you. Which was on Friday? Saturday. Saturday was your birthday. Awesome. Well, you survived another trip around the sun now. Here's to many more. Can you hear us all right, Michael? Don't talk. It's scary. Just we'll assume. If you can't hear, just, oh wait, I might have muted you. Okay. If you have any comments, go ahead and chime in. All right, today's a short day. You're supposed to get out of here, I think 10:40 is when class ends. So we've got about 10 minutes, I think, before I need to let you out to get your next class. And then tomorrow is our, quote, finals day. So we have a couple of hours in here. So I'm going to do a cold cereal bar. So come and have some like cold cereal and some breakfast, and we'll have a 2-hour class, and we're going to do basket questions, and we're going to take a break and have some food stuff. That's tomorrow.
How much will they have to pay you for cranberry juice?
Cranberry juice. You would. I like it too. Yeah. Sure, that sounds nice. Any other special requests?
Do you want us to bring something?
Sure, you can always. Sure, absolutely. Do. Yeah, bring something, especially if you love a certain kind of cereal. This Saturday is a full moon party. So hopefully you can all make it. That's 7:30. Any other announcements we need to bring up? I really like that analogy you brought up, and I wanted to bring your attention to this plant right here quickly. Do you see its condition? Look at how this plant is doing.
It is wilting.
It is wilting. You see that all the way from there?
Sunlight.
Look at these droopy little petals. These are wilting down here. Why did that happen? No, we're not. Well, yeah. What did we do wrong?
I think it needs a bigger, it might need a bigger thing.
It could probably use a transplant. Maybe we should transplant this tomorrow. That'd be good. Let's do that too. Transplant.
Whoa.
Wow. Yes, but why is it really wilting? I don't think it's wilting because it's in too small of a container just yet. It didn't get enough water over the weekend. I came in and this was totally dry and barren. So it wasn't getting the nourishment that it needed.
Is like the other smaller plant like a part of it? Or is it like two separate plants?
Separate plant.
Well, that one looks like it's doing pretty bad.
Yeah, it's just not growing as much as the other one, is it?
Yeah.
But it's still growing.
Yeah, I guess.
I wonder if this one's taking all the resources that this one otherwise would get.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So this right here is why I asked you this question. Okay, summertime's coming up. No seminary, disrupted like daily schedule. So you need to build into your life daily spiritual nourishment or you will wilt. Just like this plant is. If you're not getting enough living water and the bread of life, like it's going to be hard. So prepare to build into your summertime a routine that is the same every day to get what must be done. Otherwise, it might not get done. And Jacob reminded us of this on his share last week. And so I just want to second witness that. Please do that for your own sake, because you could lose what you've gained this year. Tomorrow we do have some basket questions to get through also, but I would like to take some time to have everybody share how they've grown this year in seminary. Maybe something that has been particularly useful to you that we've studied from the scriptures or from basket questions or other lessons that we've done. May not have to do with seminary, but may have to do with your spiritual growth this year, an experience that you've had perhaps, and that's built your testimony. I'd like to hear from everybody in the circle some way that you've grown. Okay, so come prepared tomorrow. Think about that today and tomorrow, and come prepared to share something. Because we started the first day of class with setting an intention. What do you want to get out of seminary this year, right? I asked you that question, and I asked you to write something down. So now we get to reflect from first day to last day. What did you get out of seminary this year? Did you achieve what you had hoped to achieve this year? All right. Some basket questions. On May 3rd, you asked on the board, would you prefer people to be nice or kind to you? And this says, a better question is, would I prefer to be nice or kind to others? Good to think about that again. I think I agree with you. I thought about that, but the reason why I put it that way is because if you want people to be nice or kind to you, that's how you're going to treat others too, hopefully. So you do what you want to be done to you. Okay. These 4 questions are fairly similar. So let's talk about this. How do I help non-members understand more about the gospel? Question 1. How can we better share the gospel? Question 2. What are some ways that one can share the gospel with another? Question 3. And how can we share the gospel without being forceful? I think others often feel forced. So, how do you share the gospel? Everybody in here, I think, is sharing the gospel. How do you share the gospel, Caleb?
Just show a good example and people ask and
answer. You know, and it's not always like, you know, jumping at every opportunity and like, you know, it's not like, I don't know, don't be forceful with it. Like, there's a lot of opportunity where I could have just jumped up and been like, that is absolutely not true, you know, and just like given them this whole debate. And I didn't, you know, because it would have just caused contention and really a lot of people that aren't. I don't know, I'm not really answering your question, but.
No, it is, because what do we mean by being forceful when you share the gospel?
Don't like try to force your beliefs on other people because they're not going to be, you know, they're not going to actually believe it if they're just being forced into it.
So what kind of, I mean, can you force people to come to church? Can you force them to take a book? You're not going to be able to force them, but what are some forceful words that you want to maybe avoid when you're having gospel conversations with friends?
Oh.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we don't really believe in the concept of hell as described in the scriptures very much, do we? And we'll answer this tomorrow. The scriptures do talk about hell, we believe, but at the end we believe everybody, virtually everybody, will be redeemed and be given a degree of salvation. So hell is not a permanent place, according to our theology. Okay. I think nobody likes to be told what to do. You have to do this. You must do this. So I don't like the idea of telling people what they have to do. Instead, what is another way that you could put it? Instead of you have to do this, you have to do that.
We've been asked.
Okay. What other ideas? What's other language that you can use that isn't forceful language when you're in the gospel?
The Lord expects of us. That's what I use.
Okay. Any other ideas? So there's expectation. We've been taught, we've been asked. The Lord expects this. I like that. Any other ideas?
It is beneficial.
Okay. Good. So instead of taking the route of like, you do this or else, like God expects you to do this, so if you don't do it, then you're going to get this punishment or whatever. You like to hold out the positive. It's beneficial. Like, this is how this can help you. Focus on the positive aspects of it. Okay, Jet, and then Emilio, you pass the ball to Jet.
I don't think that you should like say that they're wrong or that you're right. Like, I think you should just like talk to them, because like nobody wants to be told that they're wrong, and then nobody else wants to hear that somebody else is right.
So what if somebody does believe something that is contrary to what you believe and have been taught in the restored gospel is true? How do you do that? Do you make them feel comfortable with being wrong?
No. Wait. Yes.
You do.
Well, like you just.
Everybody's a winner. If there's no wrong, there's no right.
Yeah. But I don't think you necessarily need to prove yourself right. You just need to like have a discussion about like both of your opinions.
Okay.
I think that's what people mean by like being forceful. It's like, it's not necessarily that they're like trying too hard to teach them. I think it's like more of them being like, I'm right.
Yeah, to prove somebody wrong is usually not helpful.
There shouldn't be a winner in the discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. You win if you've understood each other. That's winning.
Agreed.
Yeah. Good, Jet. Pass it over to Amina. Catch this ball.
Okay.
Nice catch.
I think just simply saying like we believe or I believe, like that's how most of the articles of faith start.
Yeah.
Because what are you trying to do? You're trying to tell them or express to them what you believe, and so you don't have to, I don't know, make the point that everything you're saying is 100% correct, because they might not agree with you. You can just simply say that you believe, like it's something personal.
Yeah. Okay, so if we combine, I'm interested in hearing what you think. Jet's approach. I want to understand you. What do you think? What do you believe? I'm not here to judge you. I just want to understand you. Wow, that's powerful, because everybody likes to talk about themselves, right? And then you add Amina's approach, which is, well, here's what I believe too. So it's both of us sharing what we believe. It's not a competition about who's right and wrong. And then you add to that, Eliza's approach was here's how this has helped me. This is the benefit that it's brought into my life. It's not just something I believe, but it's something that I have experienced. And this is how it's good for me. Wow, that's a powerful way to share the gospel. Interested conversation that's open-ended, sharing what you believe, telling how it's helped you. It's great. And then don't telling people what to do, like Caleb said. Really good. Ben, last word.
Like,
Birthday
one
boy.
time,
Pass the ball. You don't get to talk unless you got that ball.
one time, like, this was like back in 8th grade or something like that. And this kid like was talking to me and he was like asking how long church was. So I told him like 2 hours, or maybe it was 3 hours then. And he was like, what do you guys do? And so I said, well, we have like sacrament meeting and we like bless and pass the sacrament. And he's like, what's a sacrament? And so I told him like we have this like bread and water and it represents like his blood and flesh. And then he was like, so you guys are like pretending to like eat and drink his blood and flesh? And I was like, yeah, that sounds kind of messed up.
Sure.
Like what is that what it actually is?
They're symbols.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're symbols.
okay.
So that we can remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like that kind of sounds weird. To like someone else that's like, whoa.
So many things sound weird.
Like baptism's really bad.
Yeah, that sounds really weird
Someone
too.
was like, I hear you like baptize dead people, and I was like, no.
Their bodies are still in the grave, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, here. I don't know if you're asking a question that we need to answer. Maybe we can answer that tomorrow, but I think there are lots of things that sound really weird. And because God's ways are higher than our ways. The last word on that I would say is Christ invited people. He loved to say to people, come and see. Just like, come and check it out. If you're curious about it, hey, come and join me. Come and follow me, and I'll show you. Somebody said, Master, where is thine abode? And he said, oh, come over here, I'll show you. I'll show you where I live. So a really good way to share the gospel without being forceful is to say, come and check it out. You're invited. Come and see for yourself. How many of you can invite somebody to come and learn more, to read more, invite somebody to pray, invite somebody? It's not telling them what they have to do, it's saying this is what you could do. It's a good benefit. I'll leave that with you in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Okay, closing prayer is Iola.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and the opportunity to come to seminary and to help others and to help ourselves. And just bless that we can remember thee throughout our day and that we can give back to do the things that we need to, and that we can get all the things that we need to done today. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. Thanks for jumping on, Michael. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
7:50 tomorrow.